Hello, welcome to Lavender Moon Tarot. If this is your first time, greetings. If you're returning, welcome back. This video is guidance for the full moon happening in Capricorn on Thursday, July 11th, 2025. I purposely pulled a card from the Moonology Manifestation deck for the full moon in Capricorn, and it says take a reality check. I want to read the description for this because when I look at that at face value, it tells me that I'm being too dreamy and that we're all being too dreamy, but that's not really the case. So I'm going to read this description for you. This card has two sides to it, literally and metaphorically. If you've been worrying about something, the good news is that you shouldn't waste another moment worrying, as it won't help. Some things only happen once, and that can be really good news. If you're wondering about how something you're keen on is going to turn out, this card could be a sign that you've hit a roadblock. If you want to change that, you're going to need to put in extra effort with your manifestation work. So I think that's what that means for taking a reality check, is that you need to just work a little bit harder if it's not working out, and that possibly we've hit a roadblock. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for every sign. I will timestamp each sign below. Watch the sign that resonates with you. Check out your sun, moon, rising, even your Venus if you'd like, and we'll get started. All right, Aries. The first card that I have is 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said with the Take Your Reality Check card, the full moon in Capricorn, you are working on something. You've been working on it, and you're probably closer to finished than this card suggests, because this card suggests that she's got one more pentacle to work on. But this is in your past, so you're probably already finished with that hard work. So whatever new skill you're learning, whatever you're trying to level up, you're already there. So, but you've leveled up and you've created a huge change in your life. I think you've hit a realization that things in your life weren't the way you wanted them to be. And since you worked on yourself, you learned a new skill, you learned something new, you have created cosmic change. So you have broken down a structure in your life that you're no longer, you've outgrown. So instead of the tower crumbling down, it's kind of like exploding open because you're too big for it. And you're like, I'm hearing too big for your britches. You've outgrown this, whatever this is. So it could be that you learned about spirituality, and all of your friends that are either, agnostic or atheist or Christian even, don't resonate with you anymore, and you are moving on. And it could even be that you maybe went to trade school or college or something, and you earned a degree or a certificate, and you are overqualified for your job. And this tower is saying that you need to get a new job because it's just not working for you anymore. Something along those lines. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in your future, so you are going to make everything work. You're going to have the stability to build something brand new in your life. So whether it's friendships or jobs or whatever it is for you, you're going to do that. Hello, Taurus. Let's get your message for the full moon. We have King of Cups. This could be a Scorpio. So Taurus, if a Scorpio has, been in your life, maybe they came into your life in the past, recent past. It could just mean that you are, embodying the characteristics of being more emotionally grounded and stable, and maybe even tapping into your psychic abilities. And I think you're tapping into something, because this is exploring. So you could have been researching and looking at it from the outside. It doesn't have to be psychic abilities. It could be something to do with emotions. It could be love. It could be whatever resonates with you. But you're exploring it. You've researched it. Now it's time to experience whatever this is that you're tapping into. So if you are, if you found love, now you're in that honeymoon stage and you're exploring it. Or if you are tapping into your psychic abilities, you are exploring them and seeing what they feel like and what they sound like and what they look like, maybe what they smell like, what they taste like, because there are psychic abilities for every sense of our 5 senses. Okay. Yeah, and you're going to be victorious because you got the 6 of Wands coming up here in the future. So whatever this is with love, it's going to be wonderful and amazing and celebratory. If you are tapping into your psychic abilities, you're going to find out that it's much easier for you to learn how to recognize and use them than you thought. Gemini, you, in the past, there has been a situation that has kept you up all night with worry and anxiety. It's a never-ending nightmare, and you're staying there in that energy because you have that comforter on and it's comfortable. How do you break out of that? Let's see. Seeking the help of a mentor, a teacher, somebody who can, maybe even a counselor, I'm hearing. This is the Hierophant, it's a Taurus energy. But I do think maybe even learning about what is giving you the anxiety. If you are, worried about a situation that you've experienced, and you go to a counselor and they help you realize that maybe you have some cognitive distortions or something like that. Yeah, you're going to find triumph and success, or you're going to learn new truth about yourself, something like that. It's going to be really good because the Ace of Swords is a good card. It's, success. So you are going to find peace of mind, and you're going to have restful nights again. Cancer, you are starting with the Tower. So something in your life has changed dramatically. You lost something, like a job, a breakup, a relationship. There's something that major happened. It could maybe even be, I'm hearing a fire. Oh gosh. Well, as long as you're okay, that's all that matters, but that does suck. Okay, what else is going on here? Knight of Wands. This is a Sagittarius energy, but Cancer, I feel like whatever this Tower moment was for you, you have the motivation, the passion, the drive to change things, to make things different, to make them better. Then we got the Devil. This is a Capricorn card, and Capricorn is your opposite on the zodiac wheel, which is just trivia. I don't know why I said that, but they told me to say it. But I think that you are overcoming whatever things you're obsessing about with that Tower. And that Tower moment probably broke down a belief that you had that you obsessed over. And it could be about love, about passion, about adventure. I just heard that some of you were too afraid. Now you're going to try skydiving. Take that as it resonates. Leo, what's going on with you for this full moon? Okay, we have the Page of Wands. There is exciting news that you've recently received, exciting news. But it scared you. It was like something that should have been really exciting and wonderful and adventurous, and it really scared you, and you had a lot of sleepless nights over that, or you are having sleepless nights over that news. But you're going to end up being, stable and grounded. So if this was some kind of an adventure that your friend said, hey, Leo, let's go snowboarding or something, and you don't live where there's a lot of snow, you're deathly afraid of snow, you could just sit in the lodge and drink hot cocoa by the fire, is what I'm hearing off this. Okay. That's really odd. Take that as it resonates, please. Virgo. Ooh. You have had a quick success. You were really focused on trying to get your goals accomplished, and you were successful. You got them started at least. Because then we got Page of Pentacles, which is a message about your money, about your health, something like that. So if you were trying to get a new job, get a promotion, start a business, work on a business, improve your health, something like that, you got the news, and you are exploring life now as the Fool. I want to say you've come full circle, and you've learned everything you needed to learn, and now you're starting back over as the Fool and learning a whole new chapter of lessons. That's really good, Virgo. Libra, you have 10 of Cups. Ooh, so you have reached emotional fulfillment. You've reached your happily ever after, and that is wonderful, Libra. I'm so glad to see that for you. And here is a father figure. So if you are a father, that just represents you. If you are not, that means you might just, be the authoritarian in the family. You might be starting a business, running a business. I'm going to say running a business because I don't see anything in starting here, because 10s are the end of the suit. So I want to say that you're running a business there, Libra. Okay, one more card for Libra, please. Now it's time to take a rest. You've done your hard work. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve. You did it with, bravado and oomph, and now it's time to take a rest. That's really good, Libra. Fellow Scorpios, let's see what is in store for us for this full moon in Capricorn. 7 of Swords. This card is a card of lying, cheating, stealing. But what I'm picking up off of it is that there was just, you had to change the way you were doing things. And it wasn't what you expected to do, is what I heard. Okay, let me keep going here. But whatever it was, whatever change you made, it was for the better, because you got the 6 of Swords moving on to calmer shores. So whatever change you had to make, it was for the better. And we end with the Knight of Cups. This is a Pisces, if that resonates with you. But this is just going after your heart's desires, following your heart. That, Scorpio, is wonderful. Sagittarius, what is going on with you for this full moon? We're starting off with you, the Knight of Wands. So Sagittarius, that puts you in a very good spot in this reading. You're very, strong. You're showing up strongly and very powerful, and that's wonderful. Let's see what else is going on. Also, I think you had a fire lit under you, and you're getting something done. You're making it happen. Because that night, of all the nights, his horse to me looks like he is out to win something. Like he's after his goal. He's doing it, We got the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. It could be that, you're looking for love, and if that's the case, love is coming in. If you're not looking for love, you have to make a major choice here. And you're kind of at a crossroads where you're not really sure. Like you've got 2 roads to go down, and you're trying to decide which road to go down. Then we got the 5 of Pentacles, which, talks about feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you don't have enough resources, enough confidence, enough whatever. If these people would just knock on that door, someone in that house would let them in and let them warm up. I'm going to get a clarifier for that card. It's probably one of my least favorite cards in the tarot. Oh, yeah. King of Wands. Whatever it is, you're going to make the decision to knock on that door and get warm. You're going to move past this hurdle. This 5 of Pentacles to me is an obstacle. It's a hurdle in your way, and that King of Wands, hurdle is not in his vocabulary. Neither is obstacle. Like he gets what he wants. So that is amazing, Sagittarius. You are getting that romance. You are getting that whatever it is that you are after, whatever choice you have to make, it's going to definitely be the choice that you want. Okay. Capricorn, let's see. What do we got for you? We're starting off with the King of Pentacles. So Capricorn, you're very grounded. You are managing your money well. You are, this is Taurus. This is like your brethren or something, your sister, cousin, something, whatever, I don't know. And our fellow earth sign. And you got there because you were persistent. Even though you tried 8 times on whatever the situation is and it didn't work out, the final time it will work out. And it is working out right now for you. And, you know, you got the Six of Cups as the final card here. I feel like you're going to find a childlike wonder in life. It could be at work, it could be with love, it could be with your family. Maybe you hang out with your children and they remind you of how carefree and wonderful it is to be a child. That's what I'm picking up on that. Wow, Capricorn, that's awesome. Aquarius, let's see what is in store for you for this full moon. Starting off with the Ten of Swords. This is really good. So any situation that caused you anxiety, that caused you to stay up all night with worry, it's coming to an end. It's over. You're getting peace of mind now, and that's amazing. And it leads to the Eight of Pentacles. So you're working on whatever the situation was that caused you to have the anxiety and the worry in the first place. You're working on improving your situation around that. And you're nearly done. You're nearly done. That's good. What's in the future, Aquarius? Oh, you're going to be successful. You're going to overcome whatever the situation is. You're going to obtain peace of mind, and you are going to be so successful. And it's going to happen quickly because the Chariot is really quick. That's amazing. All right. Pisces, what is in store for you for this full moon? You're starting with the Two of Wands. So there is something in your life that you've been researching, you've been wanting to do. You haven't pulled the trigger yet. So this card is saying pull the trigger. Get out of your comfort zone and go do it. And that is in your past. So you have, I want to say that if you haven't pulled the trigger, you have your finger on it and you're like about to. Okay. What else for Pisces? Ooh. This makes a lot of sense now. We got the Four of Wands. This could very well be you just, setting yourself free. So maybe you decided to work on a business or side hustle and give up your 9 to 5. Maybe this means that you are working on a project and you're nearly to the finish line. But when I was talking about pulling the trigger on the Two of Wands, I'm picking up on this because the Four of Wands is a marriage card, that you finally agreed to get married or propose to your partner or something like that. And if you're about to do that, or you did that because the Four of Wands, the marriage card, is in the present situation, congratulations if you're getting married. Okay. And then it's going to be really good because this is a message of love coming in for you. So, and I heard that this could be a dream of getting married too, because this message is coming in. So it could be that you found somebody and you think that things are going really well and you are hoping to marry them. Something like that. Okay. All right, everybody. This was really cool. I loved all these messages. They were wonderful. If you liked them, please like this video. Leave me comments. Let me know what's resonating. Consider following me. And I will put the link in the description if you'd like a personal reading to delve into this a little bit deeper for you. Thank you so much. Have a happy full moon. I wish you the very best and brightest blessings.